Hey everyone, welcome to this new moon Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the new moon on Tuesday, November 26, 2019, and the days surrounding Tuesday. All right, so time of new beginnings. We have a new moon in deep Scorpio. If you are expecting me to say Sagittarius, be sure to check out that link down below for more information. We are using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so let's take a look here. First, new beginnings we have with this deeper aspect of ourself and of life. Now in this lunar month, great to develop the side of ourself that does want to connect to and be attuned to the deeper aspects of the human experience. So this could be great for healing, transformation, empowerment, truth, research, uncovering hidden things about ourselves or life that we can accept and work with. Also good for relationships in terms of building trust and intimacy. Essentially anything we can do to, again, accept and connect to these deeper aspects of life, really good to start to develop as we slowly build some momentum in this new lunar month. So no major aspects with the new moon, but we do have a trine up to Chiron, so there could be some easier energy for healing, maybe feeling a bit rejuvenated actually with this. We also do have a couple things going on here around the new moon. Neptune is going station direct. We've got Mars easing up off that opposition with Uranus. We have Chiron squaring up to Venus. So quite a lot of things to talk about, but fundamentally this new beginning. So let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here is the chart for the new moon. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations as seen in the visible sky. As you can see here, this is different from the even 30 degrees of all forms of mainstream astrology. So it does change the signs. Be sure to check out that link down below for more information. But if you were to look up at the new moon, you would see it in the constellation Scorpio. All right, so new moon, time of new beginnings. The new moon will technically be on Tuesday at 9:55 Eastern time of the Americas, if you do want to make that calculation for wherever you are in the world. But this video will be for the surrounding days, as we will be feeling this energy Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right, so subtly a new beginning here. It does take some time for these energies to start to develop for the lunar month, but good time around Tuesday to just listen, see what does arise, and again, what life might be helping us or pushing us to develop in terms of, in this case, the deeper aspects of ourself and our deeper connection to life. So Scorpio is all about connecting to this and bringing things to the surface that may have previously been hidden. Now this can, of course, be for ourselves, which makes it a great time for psychology, transformation, breaking patterns, cycles, facing fears, inhibitions, right? Whatever does arise within. But also just generally speaking, could be things that society hides or is hidden away, which makes it a really good time for research or esoteric things. And also in relationships, good time to bring things to the surface there in terms of building some trust through intimacy. And then also kind of exploring the whole realms of boundaries, because of course we always do need boundaries regardless of the relationship, even intimate ones. And so it is about finding that. It's about finding, what's important to us on a personal level, but also in terms of life, like what really matters most in life. This is the constellation of life and death, beginnings, endings, all right, these deeper things. So great time to just sit, see what does arise in terms of this side of ourself that does want to connect to the deeper side of ourself and accept and work with these things, the deeper aspects of life or of society, or of course in relationships as well. All right, so that's definitely the subtle energy that we're working with here in terms of now. But again, this energy will start to increase as we go through the lunar month. So no major aspects with the new moon, but we do have a trine up to Chiron in Pisces, which is actually quite nice because Chiron deals a lot with this deeper energy and is said to be the modern ruler of Ophiuchus, which is the same part of the sky as Scorpio. So in this case, some supportive energy for healing. Could be a great time for setting some intentions there with that. Could be physical healing, but of course in Scorpio could be spiritual, psychological, emotional, right? Whatever it might be, but great way of working with this energy. And all in all, usually with trines, it does just come across quite easy. And so we may just feel a bit rejuvenated and redeemed and more of that, again, healed type of energy moving forward in this new lunar month. All right, so that's the basics of the new moon. Again, that's no major aspects really, just that trine up to Chiron. So let's take a look here at what we've got going on these surrounding days. Again, the new moon will be on Tuesday. So as we approach Tuesday, it is good to finalize the previous lunar month. We'll likely notice the energies are dying down. It does favor completions, finalizing things, maybe creating a bit of space, right? So we can see what these new beginnings are, which again, we'll start to notice more so once we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and onward. Now, we do have some important aspects that we are working with this part of the week, one of which is coming off of the weekend. If you did feel maybe around Sunday any bit of erratic energy, impulsive energy, maybe from ourselves or our environment in some way, that is starting to dissipate here a little bit. And this can be important for the new moon as well, since Mars is said to be the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So in this case, with Mars in Virgo still, where a lot of this healing energy might be coming through is it could be coming through doing things that require the work, right? Or improvement or refinement. This is likely how we're taking action, and how we can be diving deep at the moment is through this more grounded, analytical, pragmatic, detail-oriented, improvement-oriented nature. So still really good as it has been the past many months to further develop that Virgo and improvement side of ourselves. But anyways, that more erratic side to some of that might be starting to ease up as we go into Monday here. And then again, Tuesday is the new moon, but once we get into Wednesday, we do have Venus squaring up to that Chiron. So great time, Tuesday, Wednesday, for healing in relationships. Good time for, again, setting the intention to do that. Anything we can challenge ourselves in the realm of all one-on-one connections may end up being very healing and very therapeutic for us. It's also a great time of healing our self-value and our self-worth. And even in terms of maybe doing some things like connecting to nature or enjoying things in life, like the material life, could be very healing and therapeutic with that intention. But the squares do require it. It's not going to be anything major, but again, just a good way of working with that energy. And then once we get into Wednesday, Neptune starts to go station direct, which we usually don't feel very personally. So it's more of a subtle shift, and it does definitely take some time. So what I would say with this is, as we go through this week, just noticing if there is anything that you do want to implement into your life that may require a little bit more of that surrender, that acceptance, and that trust in the divine process, right? Neptune is essentially the spiritual development of what we can accept more of, and in this way find some peace, right? Also start to maybe implementing spiritual activities, creative things, intuitive things, as we may start to notice a bit of that subtle shift there with that. And what's quite nice about that is, as we get into Thursday and leading into Thursday on Wednesday, is that Mercury is going to be trining up to Neptune. So we may have a bit of a receptive mind after this new moon. Could be good for learning some spiritual things, maybe noticing some flow with the routine. Again, spiritual activities, intuition, imagination, allowing the mind to wander a little bit can actually be very supportive. But I'll talk more on that once we get to the daily here for Thursday. All right, everyone. So that is the new moon in a nutshell. Very simple new moon in the sense of the aspects associated with it. Again, just that trine to Chiron for healing. Most fundamentally, it is a time of new beginnings with now developing these deeper Scorpio energies. How can we develop the side of ourselves that is deeper or authentic, aware, boundaried, candid, honest, fearless, right? Powerful because of this more willingness to work with and accept the deeper dimensions, right? All this kind of stuff, really, really good to work with now starting this lunar month. All right, so everyone, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. And I'll see you all next time for the next daily video. Take care.